All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the episode 6 of PTFootypodcast. With me today, I have the full cast: Kyle,
Hello, guys.
Kevin,
Olá, campeões.
and everybody's favorite, Alex.
Guys, I'm glad to be back. I know the viewers missed me, because they want somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. So I'm glad to be back.
Definitely, that is the first person they think about once they look at the podcast.
Hey, dude, I know. Once you tweet the link, oh, here's a podcast for whatever episode, they're like, no way, I gotta hear Zinho. And yeah, that's just what happened.
Can't wait. All
I
right.
know. Especially Timo. He loves me. I know he does. He always tweets about me.
So I'm definitely sure he does. Yeah, like Kevin was saying, what's up, campeões? How are you guys feeling? Uh, champions of Europe.
Feeling
Great,
great.
awesome.
I don't even have words to describe it. It's amazing.
I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock. And it's been
I know
a-
what it's like to win, Alex.
I mean, it feels good, and I'll be experiencing it for a while now. Trust me, when the start of the season, we'll be winning
Sure you
lots.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see, Kevin. We'll see, Kevin. Yeah,
And then
well, I have to say something quickly though. So the
Yeah.
finals, France and Portugal. I did a Euro prediction, and guess who had France and Portugal? Me.
Yeah, you
So
did,
even
but
that, I
Guess
think.
who had France and Portugal? And I predicted Portugal to win the final, though.
Let's see it then.
congratulations to you guys. We good. Congratulations.
Thanks. I had France
Hey,
winning, but that's beyond the point.
so obviously Portugal won against France 1-0. Eder was the goal scorer. I know, right? Eder. Anyway,
No, it's surprise.
Portugal's starting 11 was with Patricio, Cedric, Pep, José Fonte, Rafael Guerreiro, William Carvalho was on for Danilo, Adrian Silva, Renato, João Mário, Nani, and Ronaldo. Without touching upon on the Ronaldo sub, guys, tell me what you thought of the game, Alex.
You know, I thought the first 20 minutes, I was like, oh no, we're gonna lose, aren't we? Because we were playing bad. France was all over us. Then Ronaldo got hurt, which I was extremely nervous. And I was like, oh, we're gonna lose. Again, I said that. And then we bring on Quaresma, and I don't know, we seem to play better without Ronaldo on the pitch. Like Quaresma just seemed to open up the game for everybody else. And I mean, I would not play Ronaldo, but I think Quaresma is a better fit to our team style. But what's the chances of Eder scoring? Everybody, he used to all the Portuguese people would just boo him when he touches the ball, and that's just a great piece of karma. What a way to do it! Wins the Euros for Portugal, and it was fantastic. I was going nuts, and so were the streets. That's all I got to
Yeah,
say.
no one expected Eder to score the winner. Like no one.
But me,
Without it being a joke, obviously, without it being a joke.
Kevin and I have been saying for so long, oh, we gotta be playing Eder. Like, Kevin, why are we not managers? That's what I want to know. Like, we should be managing people.
The three of you guys always pointed that out. I still stand by my opinion that we shouldn't play Eder, but on that game he was just highly motivated, just like Rui Patricio. I was looking at the guy, I was looking at Patricio, and I was thinking, yo, this guy's saying the ball isn't gonna go in. If I can stop it, it's not gonna go in. And when he couldn't, the goal didn't let him either because
And
the ball.
listen, the last podcast I was on, we talked about him, and I said he could play at any team in the world, and you guys all said no, but he just proved it. So, I
I
mean,
still don't think so.
once again, I'm right. I'm right about Adrien Silva better than Renato. I'm right about Patricio. I'm right about everything.
Here we go again.
You can't.
King Alex.
What?
King Alex over here.
King Alex.
Yeah, of course. King Eder, King Alex, I like it.
See, you can't compare club football to national team football because I don't know if you guys. Well, obviously you do know them because we play them. You guys know Robson Kanu, the Wales striker.
Yeah,
Uh,
he got lucky.
he's currently out of a job. He's a free agent. And Reading fans say that they're not bothered that he's leaving for free because he was a terrible footballer. Yeah, for his national team, he played really well. So you can't compare club football to national team because
Yeah,
it's always
honestly, he
different.
didn't even play that good though. He was just in the right spot, the right time. But
Yeah,
this is a Wales podcast. This is a Portuguese one, so.
yeah.
uh,
I was just trying to tell you that Rui Patricio isn't
But
at
he
that
was the
level.
best player in the Portuguese league though.
He
He
might
was the
be
best
'cause
player.
he's around 27, 28, so he can still grow a little bit to a better
He's
goalkeeper.
getting into his prime. Right now, it's his prime.
If he has another season without Franco, obviously, because this was his first full season without ever making a mistake. So,
Yeah, true.
um, but anyway, so I'll continue with my thoughts, I guess. We started off strong with that Nani shot. Wish that would have gone in like right in the first couple of minutes. That would have been amazing. But after that, France responded well with Griezmann, a great save by Patricio. Then they dominated for about the first 25 minutes. Then we started to level it up, playing a little bit more of the defensive football, but passing the ball around, evening up the possession. Going a halftime 0-0 was a pretty important thing, and we managed to do that. Then obviously with Ronaldo being subbed off for Quaresma, then Adrian subbed off for João Moutinho. I was thinking, all right, what are we gonna do now? And then Fernando Santos decides to come up with Eder for Renato, that had a terrible game in my opinion. I did not enjoy Renato's performance, but it is what it is. He's 18 and he's playing a final for his country, so obviously the nerves got the better of him. And then Eder decided to say, all right, screw it, I'm gonna score, and he did. So. Um, Thankfully, we managed to win and first title for Portugal, and hopefully many to come. Kevin, what did you think of the game?
Nerve-wracking game, that's for sure. I know that if we weathered the storm for the first 20 minutes, first 15, 20 minutes, we would be fine. Um, it was a great performance all the way around, except for the first 20 minutes. You could tell that we were really nervous. A lot of sloppy passes, and France were just all over us. I'm surprised, honestly, that they didn't score. What was
Players
that?
were sleeping. The players were
Yeah,
sleeping as well.
yeah. I think that the grass was like really wet. It must have been because
Mhm.
the ball was gaining speed and just a lot of sloppy passes. But you could tell that we were very, very nervous there in the beginning. But then France let off the gas pedal a little bit, like with the whole Ronaldo when he got injured. I guess that like that kind of broke into their momentum a little bit because they were stopped for a few minutes, not once but twice. So I think that might have had something to do with it. But yeah, they were all over us, and I think that the best player for France that played like really good from beginning to end was Moussa Sissoko. But I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, he was all over us, especially in the first half hour.
Yeah. Sissoko played actually pretty well. Kyle, what did you think of the game?
Uh, that was an intense game for sure. We started off with yeah, like you guys said, with those sloppy passes, and Rui Patricio was forced to make some big saves, and he kept us in the game because they could have had a couple goals easily, but if it wasn't for Patricio, we wouldn't have still been at 0-0. But we went into extra time, and before extra time, like 2 minutes before the referee was about to blow the whistle, Gignac hit the post, which really scared me there. I really thought that was going to go in, but thank God that post was there. And then
Yeah.
the magical number, 110th minute or whatever it was, Eder just decides to shoot it, and boom, history has been made right there. So really happy that we won.
Shoot there, shoot was what I said right before he shot, and I'm very happy. So obviously, we also forgot to mention Rafael Guerreiro's free kick, which was pretty decent, hit the bar. Unlucky for the guy. I'm pretty sure that we can stop having Ronaldo take free kicks now. I think it's about time. So anyway, guys, I want to ask you, like, when Ronaldo was subbed off, how were you feeling? Alex, you said you felt defeated, right? Is that the right word to describe your
Yeah,
feelings?
I honestly felt like the game was over at that point. Um, but I was yelling, "Oh, come on, we can bring on Quaresma, we can bring on Quaresma." We did, and he opened up the game like I said, and it seemed to work. We won the game, so. But yeah, I was really nervous, and Payet, that was deliberate for sure.
I
And
think so too. Uh, but I'll ask you guys. I'll ask you guys that in just a moment's time. Um, I was feeling like that. That's it for the for Ronaldo. I don't know what I was feeling about the team, but I thought our chances have just got lower. But I was also expecting that it would backfire and that we would be able to turn it around, and that ended up happening. And Kyle, what did you think? Like, how did you feel once Ronaldo was subbed off?
When when he was subbed off, I kind of felt because you saw that he wanted to be in the game because he started crying, and it was like an emotional moment for everybody because I was with my family and they're all, kind of sad at that point, and most of us, most of us were thinking that we were gonna do it because of that moment, because of Ronaldo coming off the pitch, that this was our moment. We have to do it for Ronaldo, for everybody that believed and everything. And I feel like the players were motivated and they played much better after Ronaldo was subbed off. And we did it for Ronaldo.
Yeah. Kevin, how did you feel when Ronaldo was subbed off?
That was a tough thing to watch. When he first took the knock, I thought that it was just like nothing major. I thought that they were just gonna give him the magic spray and he would get back up. But then when I seen that he was like limping around, I knew it wasn't good. And then he sat down and we all saw him crying, and I knew it wasn't good. And then he came out and he went to go give it another go, and I was happy to see him when he came back in the second time because he was running around and it wasn't that bad. Like he was running
Yeah.
pretty good. And then when they hit that counter attack, he just like completely slowed down and just passed the ball. And when I seen him take off the Captain Zombie end, I was like, oh no, here we go. And it
Yeah.
was tough to watch. You know, I got teary eyed because he didn't deserve that. He deserved to play the full match, but that happened, and it was tough to watch. We put too much on his shoulders. Like the whole
Yeah.
weight of the country is on his shoulders, and I think that he felt like he was gonna let everybody down. But I mean, he's only human, and there's only so much you can do. I mean, if you're injured, you're injured. I don't think that the tackle was a dirty one. I honestly really don't. I think it was just in a run of play. Ronaldo was kind of like waiting for him to come in. The issue with the way he got injured was his foot was planted. Had he just like lifted up that foot, he would have just taken a knock to the knee and he would have been fine. But his foot got planted, and we all seen the pictures how his leg just twisted, and that's unfortunate. But the team played as one after. They all played for him and played for the whole country and everybody else, and they knew that they couldn't let us down, and we deserved it, and there was no taking it away from us.
All right, Kevin. So you already answered my next question, which was Payet's foul deliberate? You said no. Uh, Alex, you were saying yes.
yeah, I think it was deliberate.
How
Okay.
so?
Uh,
I
interesting.
just, I don't know. If you go and watch the play, did you rewatch it, Kevin, or no?
I've watched it a million times, and I can tell you, yeah, like I said, his foot was planted. If his foot wasn't planted, he would have never got hurt. He would have just took an ox to the knee. Nobody would have said anything. It was a foul, yeah, and it was worthy of a yellow, but I don't think he meant to injure Ronaldo. I think that's just absurd to say.
I think he did. So
I think once you saw the play and how fast he ran to Ronaldo, it looked like you just want to hit him. That's what I was saying. That's just how I feel about it. I think it was deliberate. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. Apparently, Liverpool star Mafizio also said that. So, but moving on. Kyle, you're the last one to give your opinion on this.
Yeah, I think it was like I don't think that Payet really wanted to hurt Ronaldo there. But I think it was just unlucky because Ronaldo he did kind of stop, and but it looked like after it kind of looked like Ronaldo was gonna do some skill with his right foot, and maybe like nutmeg one of them or something. But I think that Ronaldo kind of like stopped there and let Payet come to him.
Mm. Okay. So obviously, as you guys probably know, I forgot to mention this on the Twitter side because there were too many things rolling around. But Pep got awarded the Man of the Match award. And I gotta ask you guys, who was your Man of the Match, Kevin?
That's a tough one. It would definitely be between Pepe and Patricio. I would have given it to Patricio. He came up huge for us with the big saves. The one on Griezmann, the one on Giroud. There was a handful of saves that he made that if it could have been like for example, if we went with another goalie like Anthony Lopes, I don't think that we would have been as lucky. But he was just in the zone and he wasn't gonna let anything go in. And Pepe was great on defense. He wasn't going to let anybody get in and score. But there was a couple of chances that France had, um, and the defense was kind of at fault a little bit, like that Griezmann header that just went over the bar. I don't know how he didn't score that, but
By the way, just want to point out that William Carvalho lets the ball go, and Griezmann has an open header that one.
Always talking about William.
It is William Carvalho's fault, though. I was pointing that out. Sorry, Kevin.
all right. So yeah, like I was saying, he wasn't going to let anything go in either. So it's kind of tough. The goalies usually don't get man of the match, but in my opinion, I would have given it to Patricio because without him, we wouldn't have won that match.
All right, Alex.
For me, it was between Pep and Patricio, of course. But Patricio, I think he should have got it. Just he saved us so many times. That one long shot that I don't know who it was, but he
Sissoko.
ripped. Was
So
it?
cool.
Too bad he
Yeah.
can't do that for Newcastle, but you know he Sissoko, I guess, ripped that long shot, and Patricio he robbed him, and I was so happy. I was relieved, and yeah, I just think he should have got it. He was definitely the best player, but I mean Pep had a good game as well. He stepped up huge in the defensive end, so I mean it was fair, I guess, but they both deserved it.
Kyle.
Yeah, I agree with you guys with Patricio. Lots of big saves from him, and those little things like just catching the ball off of the corners and those things like those also really helped. And Patricio really carried us pretty much into that. Not carried, but he really
Yeah.
helped that game, like big time helped.
See, I would add another guy to the mixture there. I don't think you guys are being fair leaving José Font out. If I could give out man of the match to three players, I would have given it José Font, Pep, and Rui Patricio because I think José Font had a tremendous game. Um, but obviously, my man of the match would have been Patricio. I think there's absolutely no doubt that the man was just he was feeling it. He was really feeling it. And what Kyle is saying is true. Like sometimes you see him mess up corners with Sporting, like he lets the ball go, and then the other player has to boot it. But every time he lost the ball, he ran right back into it and grabbed it and held it or parried it out. He never let that small window of error to happen. He was always very, very calm and concentrated, and I think it was because of him that we won this game. And even on that Gignac shot where he hits the post, if you're watching a slow motion replay, Patricius inches, and I mean inches of touching that ball. If it was a little bit more to his right, he would have caught it, which is absolutely amazing. He had a tremendous game. But now moving on to the next question. Now that Ronaldo won a title for Portugal, does that make him better than Messi? Kyle.
Yes, I think that this does make him better than Messi because Messi does not have an international tournament or has won an international tournament yet, and he's retired and everything. And Ronaldo, he's actually now won one, and Ronaldo he's doing so good right now, and right now he's got to be better than Messi. And I think that he will probably. I think it's guaranteed that he'll win the Ballon d'Or this year.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Ballon d'Or number 4 confirmed, right?
Yeah.
Alex.
Last time you asked this question, I said Messi, right? But I'm now changing my mind, which I do a lot. You guys, in a couple more episodes, maybe you guys will understand that. But I do change my mind a lot, and I think Ronaldo is now the best player of all time. He's won everything that you can win. He scores goals. He's gonna be 32, and he just turned 31, but he's in his 30s, and he's still one of the top scorers in Europe. Was he the top actually? Or was Suarez the top?
Who was the top this year?
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Suarez, but
Suarez, and then Jean is around that. So Suarez had most goals, around 38 or 39 goals.
Well, regardless, at 30 years old, he's still one of the top scorers in Europe, and I mean that's amazing. I think he's the best player of all time. And to your question about the Ballon d'Or, it's wrapped up already. Ronaldo gets his 4th Ballon d'Or and ties it up with Messi.
Almost ties it up with Messi. Messi has 5. Kevin.
Yeah, like with Alex, I'm in the same boat. A couple of episodes ago, I did say it was Messi, but and I did say that was because it was recently. But now, what's happened just this month alone? Messi, wanting to quit Argentina and retiring, and he didn't win anything for his national team, and Ronaldo did. So Ronaldo definitely is the best player in the world. I don't think he's the greatest of all time, but he's one of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who is
And,
then? Who is?
Eusebio.
Greatest of all time.
Come
Got to be
on,
Eusebio or Pele,
he
arguably,
didn't.
between them two.
You said you didn't win for Portugal, so
Yeah, because he got robbed of it with England. But let's not get into 1966. God.
Yeah, let's not get in there. But not only does Ronaldo pay his taxes, he also gets stuff done for his national team. You never see Ronaldo into any legal trouble. And when I was watching the game yesterday, and one of the commentators, I'm not gonna say his name, but he said that people wonder Ronaldo, he's a diva. Like when he went down and got hurt, you're like, oh, he's a diva, blah blah blah, and it's just annoying. People call him a pretty boy, and I think it's just jealousy. Those are just like Messi fanboys, I think. But you know what? Like it shouldn't be that way. Like Messi is one of the greatest players on the planet, along with Ronaldo. Like instead of arguing, like beefing, like
It's just human.
it's childish. Yeah, I know, but like
human to do that. I don't know why. It just happens every time.
it's like just enjoy them two. We don't have much time left with both of them. You know what I mean? So just enjoy the two and stop like fighting about who's better. I understand that it's just like human nature to do it, but like we got the two like best players on the planet that we've seen in a very long time playing together in the same generation. It's amazing to watch, and I just don't understand how people get like so offended when you think one is better than the other. But like for me, I'm neutral. I'm not gonna say Ronaldo just because he's Portuguese. If Messi's better than Ronaldo, Messi is better than Ronaldo. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've said it before. Sometimes Messi's better than Ronaldo, and other times Ronaldo's better than Messi. But for right now, definitely Ronaldo. And I think that if Messi doesn't win anything for Argentina, or if he does really retire, then he's always going to be looked up as a quitter, and Ronaldo will always be looked at as the better one who never gave up and always tried. And the demons that haunted us in '04 are now gone, and he finally won the Euro, which we deserved to win that year. And I'm just very happy for him. I'm happy for all the Portuguese people around the world. It's just an incredible feeling, especially to be Portuguese right now. Like, what a time to be living, and what a time to be Portuguese.
Yeah. Obviously, my opinion doesn't change. Still think that Ronaldo is the best player, and now this further proves my point. Especially Messi having the national team that he has. I mean, no offense to Romário, Renato Sanches, Quaresma, and all the other guys, but when you have Di Maria, Higuaín, Enzo Perez at the point, Gaetan, among other, Mascherano, I could go on and on about the tremendous players that Argentina have, and they still don't win, and Ronaldo with a weaker side. manages to win a title that he helped conquer. I think that just further proves the point that he's better than Messi, at least at the moment. Um, Moving on to my next question. Ask you guys, who would you have subbed on for Ronaldo? Would you have subbed on Quaresma like Fernando Santos did, or would you sub on someone else? I'll start with myself this time. I would have done the exact same thing that Fernando Santos did. I would have subbed on Quaresma. Kyle, well, how about you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Quaresma was the perfect substitution, and it really showed because he actually did a lot in the game, and he had that one moment, the bicycle kick. That would have been one hell of a goal, but he didn't score it. But he was a pretty good sub.
Yeah. Kevin.
Yeah, I would have put in Quaresma. The only reason why I wouldn't put Eder at that time is because the whole tournament we didn't really use him. We used him as a sub like late in the game. Um, but what we had as a system before with Quaresma already knowing like what the strategy is and the game plan, it was a smart thing to do. It also was a very smart thing to do to put Eder in at the time that he did, because he's strong like physically and he can hold the ball up and he can take tackles and he's quick and he can shoot outside the box like we saw yesterday with that goal. But yeah, I think that was a good substitution. I wouldn't have put anybody else besides Quaresma in at that point.
Alex.
Like I said earlier in the pod, uh, you have to play Quaresma in. Um, and yeah, that's all I have to say. You got to.
uh, all right. Kyle, I'll ask you this one first. Did we play better without Ronaldo?
Yes, like I said earlier, we did play a lot better without Ronaldo because it seemed like the players were motivated because he did get injured and they wanted to do it for him. So I think we did play a lot better without him.
Kevin.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, we lost
Oh.
Kevin.
Yeah, go on, Alex.
I did say this earlier, but that is alright. I think we played better without Ronaldo. Quaresma opened up the game for the team, and we didn't just pass Ronaldo the ball every time like we seem to do, even though it was better this Euros. But yeah, Kevin's back, and that's my opinion. So
Welcome back.
Hello, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Welcome
heck that was.
back.
But yeah,
Give me your
I was in the middle. I forgot what the question was because I was like panicking to get back in.
did we play better without Ronaldo?
Yeah, we did. We definitely did better without Ronaldo. We just rely on him too much, even though I think he is really the heart and soul of the national team. Um, we
Mhm.
did play more as a team now that he wasn't there, and we knew we had to. Now you can argue and say like, yeah, like we played better without him, but that was just one game. I mean, imagine if we had to go the rest of the Euro without him. Like we would seriously be in trouble. But everybody stepped up to the plate. Um, Renato was just okay. Everybody did well though, even William. I was impressed with Jean Mario, honestly. Everybody played well. Font has been a beast for us in the back the whole tournament, but yeah, we all played united. We knew we had to win it for everybody, and I think that it came down to winning it for him. They knew that he really wanted it like really, really bad, and we all know Ronaldo wanted it bad.
Oh, you
Um,
could tell he was sorry for cutting you off, but you could tell once Eder scored, he was on the touchline, he was screaming, he was motivating the team, and it
oh
was
yeah,
good.
like I didn't even know who the hell the coach was when he was on the sideline beside Santos. But it's good to see like he's passionate and he actually cares. Like you don't really see that from like any other players on the national teams, like Argentina in particular, Messi, and um,
I see there.
and I just think that Ronaldo was just more passionate. And this whole tournament, I think the difference between Portugal and every other team was they all played with heart and they all played determined, and they weren't going to be denied this time. And you can see it that they were always focused, and they all
Mhm.
played for each other in the end. You can tell they really did. and it's just great to watch, man. Like honestly, like this was a mediocre Portugal team. I think we can all agree on that. But you can't deny that the heart that's there. It's just incredible, and that's the difference. Sometimes you can talk about their playing style and their strategy, like everybody's criticizing us, but Greece did the same thing in '04 when they beat us. They did nothing but defend, counterattack or corner, and they would score and win. But that's the style. If that's the style that a team plays, then that's the way it is. But even though we were mediocre, we played with heart. That's what counted in the end, and we were very resilient. And it just makes you even more. It makes me like that more proud that the way that we played, the way that we won, instead of like being offended for criticism, it just makes me more proud that we played with such heart and courage, and we were very, very brave. I'll have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you guys don't think like my grandpa that said that it was all propaganda that Ronaldo got subbed off so early. It was all propaganda to make them. Yeah, it's propaganda apparently. But yeah, I think we played better without him. Because we didn't have the pressure of passing to him. I think that's like the big thing. Like every time we're playing, we're always looking for him, and sometimes he's not the best answer to the play. But since he's Ronaldo, you're gonna pass him the ball, and I think that when that doesn't happen, it frees up the players a little bit. Besides the motivation of going at it and win it for him, because let's be honest, guys, the chances of him playing another finals with Portugal is very slim. I mean, we can make it to the final of the Euro of the World Cup in 2018, but then on the Euro 2020, yeah, we don't even know if he's gonna be there. So the chances were very minimal that he would have he will have another chance of playing for Portugal.
Yeah, and it wasn't just for him though. I don't mean to cut you off, but I think that if we didn't win now, it would be never. Because who do we have? Like I've said it before, who do we have that's like the next Ronaldo?
Renato
Figo,
Sanchez.
yeah,
Now,
but that's it. Yeah, but that's a completely different player,
yes.
different position. You know what I mean? Ronaldo can be a striker or a winger. Ronaldo's more of an attacking midfielder. But like our golden generation couldn't even get it done. Like with Figo, Costa, and even though like they were at the tail end of their careers, we had Ronaldo, and we knew what he was at the time. Even in '04, we knew he was going to be the next best thing. But I don't see anybody anytime soon filling in his role, being in his shoes for us. So it's nice that we won now, because it was either now or never, and I honestly feel that way.
Yeah, good point. This brings me to my next question. What do you guys think of Renato's game? I'll answer mine pretty quickly because I already touched upon this. I think the fact that he was 18, or that he is 18, and he was playing a cup final for his national team got to him. He made a little bit of a sloppy passes and lost the ball a couple times and didn't run back and defend like sometimes, like most of the times he does. I think the pressure just got to him, at least in the first 30 minutes. But then he picked it up and played a normal game. Nothing amazing, but he did decent. Um, Kyle, what did you think of Renato's game?
Yeah, I thought he played an okay game. It wasn't anything special, and he didn't play what we know he can play, but he was probably nervous, and he is only 18, especially since it's uh, the Euro final, and he's now the youngest player to ever play in a Euro final, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he didn't play anything special, and I know he could have done good or better, but he's only 18, and hopefully he gets to many more Euro finals in the future or World Cup finals.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm on board there with Kyle. He did have an okay game. And I get what you're saying too, Peter, that he did have a good game. He picked it up afterwards, because in the first half, and it's understandable, the kid's 18, this ain't Benfica, like if you're playing Bayern Munich in the Champions League, this is your country, you know what I mean? It's a lot more pressure.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but that was like what I was telling my dad. Like the equivalent of this would be playing a Champions League final for Benfica, because you can win the title, the Portuguese league title, but it with your club, but it's not the same as playing for your country. It's never the same playing for your country. Yeah, the pressure is not the same. Go on, Kevin.
Exactly. You're playing in a club team. Everything's a lot different. You try to have more fun with it with a club team, but a national team, it's more serious. Because it's a national team. You know, but yeah, he was shaky in the beginning, and I was kind of questioning like what was going on with him, but then obviously like the kid's nervous. It's the national team. It's the Euro final. Um, but yeah, he did pick it up afterwards in the game, like you said, and he did have a good game. It was okay. He could have been a lot better, but he wasn't bad either. That would be wrong to say that he was bad, but he was okay.
He just wasn't at his normal level. Alex,
Exactly.
what did you think of his performance?
Well, I mean, you guys kind of covered it all. I completely agree with you guys. He wasn't great at the start. He was never really great, to be honest. He was just okay. But that's alright. He's 18 and he's the future. But yeah, he didn't have the best game, but it's okay. We won the game, right?
Yeah. Alex, you're always complaining that you're the last one to be asked the question. I'll ask you this one first. José Font to go to a better club now? Do you think that he earned his move away from Southampton? I know that he's club captain and he's been there for about like 10 years, but do you think that he deserves to go to a bigger club?
Yeah, I think he earned the right to come to Sporting. I know that's what attracted him to a bigger club,
My
right?
God.
So I know yeah, he earned the right. Well, he's 32 or something, right? So
Yes, he's old, but
it's now
you
or
know,
never really for him,
yeah,
and he had a good performance, so it could happen. I don't see him leaving, but you never know. He
Kyle.
could definitely play there. Like he could definitely play anywhere. Sorry,
Yeah,
you
okay,
go.
Kyle.
Yeah, I think he deserves to go to a bigger club, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think he'll stay at Southampton for another year or two, and then I think that's it for him. I don't know if you guys think the same, but I think he's gonna retire soon.
I think he'll probably go to a better club. That's my just if he gets a good offer or if Southampton get a good offer, he's gone. Kevin.
Yeah, I think that he would go to a better team in the Premier League. Who knows? Even Leicester City might be interested in him. They're on
That's
the
a good
up,
shout.
and like
Yeah, like what I was asking is the team that plays Champions League football. I think he deserves to play Champions League football for at least once in his life.
oh, of course he does, and he's been great for Southampton. Like I've seen him play there before, and he's been very good for them. But yeah, I think that he should go to like a. I'm not saying that Southampton isn't a good team because they were up there like I forgot what place they ended, but it wasn't that bad.
Should be
Um,
around like eighth, ninth.
yeah, they were like above the first half of the table
Yeah, they've done that
around
for two
there.
years in a row or something. They've
Yeah,
done well.
so they're a mid-table team. I mean, for Southampton, it's not bad at all. Um, I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been at Manchester United. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, but but yeah, he's good enough to play in a team like that, like Manchester United or even Leicester City. He does deserve a better team. Not saying that Southampton isn't a good team, but he deserves to play for a team that would be contenders for the Premier League title.
Yeah, I don't wanna say that Southampton's a bad team. That's not my point. My point was, if any of you Southampton fans are watching this, is that he deserves to play Champions League football at least once in his life. I think he's good enough to play, and he deserves it. Guys, I wanna ask you a question that is not Portugal related, but you know the rumors. You've been hearing them. Pogba like reportedly could be going to United for 120 million. And after watching these Euro, and I think you guys probably watched most of the games, what do you think of Pogba? Like, is he worth that amount of money, or is he a bust at a certain point? Alex.
I'm glad you came to me first again. I like it. Um, you see, I don't think his years wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. He was a ghost in the final, though. I didn't see him, but
Yes, Sissoko was better than him, and it's weird. This is why I want to put out the question because Kevin was like, "Oh, we'll get to Sissoko later," and yes, Sissoko completely outshines Pogba. Pogba plays in the Champions League, and Sissoko is about to play in the Championship for Newcastle. So how can a player like that outshine Pogba?
Well, I think Pogba's great. I don't watch Juventus or nothing like that. I just watch Sporting, as most people should. From what
Yeah.
I heard, he's fantastic.
Alright.
Surely the kid's he's won the Serie A Player of the Year. I think he did, but he's fantastic. Higuain probably actually, but he's good. He's Juventus's best player. Not 100 million worth. I'd say more like 70, because he's still young as well. You have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
20.
that's still pretty young. And for him being one of the best midfielders in the world at this moment, and only at his age, he can still grow. I'd say about 70 million worth.
Kyle.
Yeah, I think Alex pretty much said everything that I would probably say. No, I don't think he's worth 120 million or whatever it was. Yeah, I'd say more 70 million, 60 to 70 million. And yeah, I don't watch Juventus either, but from what we've heard, he's a big talent for the future, and right now he's one of the best, but definitely not worth 120 million.
Mm-hmm. Kevin.
Yeah, I think that's just that figure is a little absurd. I don't even think Ronaldo, when he left United to go to Real Madrid, it was even close to that.
90.
Um,
About 90. Yeah, around 90.
all right, so that's just saying that Pogba is better than Ronaldo. You know what I mean? I know that like that was different times, the economy and everything, but still, I think the most expensive player ever was, I believe, was Gareth Bale.
Nope. Neymar.
Was it
Neymar?
Neymar?
I
No,
thought it
Yeah,
Gareth Bale was the most.
100, like over 120.
Gareth Bale was the most with 100 million.
Yeah,
yeah,
It
but
wasn't. It was not Neymar.
110, something around that.
All
Neymar,
right.
I've never heard that in my life, but you can go on.
I know it is because there's this talks about Barcelona and Santos because Barcelona reportedly paid around
So it's
about
a rumor. So it's a rumor.
million. No, it's not rumors. It's going to court.
Alright, here, I'll
Because
search it up and you guys continue.
It's Gareth Bale. I'm telling you right now. 100
okay,
million for Gareth Bale.
I'm just saying that Barcelona paid more money than they
Maybe
announced.
including agent fees or something. I could
I'm
see
just
that.
saying. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. But that's like saying that I don't like Pogba's worth more than Gareth Bale, and I strongly disagree with that. Pogba is a great player. He did do good for Juventus in Serie A. But yeah, I don't think he's worth that much. Maybe half of that, or
Mhm.
was it Kyle that said it, 60 to 70 mil? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I would agree with that statement. That's more like it. Even that might be a little excessive. I would probably say like 60. That would be good. But yeah, when you guys are talking about the whole Sissoko thing, yeah, he was great. I actually like feel bad for him. Like out of the whole like French team, I feel bad for Sissoko because he played his heart out. He left everything out there. He tried everything. He ran at the Portuguese defense and just like flying by them. And then that shot that Patricio saved, which is an amazing save. Um, he was good. And I do have to point out one more thing. Kingsley
Yeah.
Coman, when he came in, he was great for France too. He's such a good player, and he's dangerous too. And is he going back to Juventus? He belongs to Juventus, right?
I think he probably stay at Bayern. I think
I
he's
think
staying.
I think he's got one more season at Bayern on loan.
Yeah,
Then they have an option to buy for 25 million, which I think
Yeah,
is a
they're gonna
bargain.
buy him.
That's
That's
low
a
for that. Yeah,
bargain.
and he
that's
made an
bargain.
amazing cross to Griezmann that he just goes off wide off the bar.
Yep.
It was Coman that crossed it in, and Sissoko left the pitch in tears. I don't know if you noticed that when he got subbed off for Martial right after Benfica, right after Portugal. So
No, I
that's another
found
thing.
the most expensive transfer. I can confirm that it was Gareth Bale for 100
Yes.
million, and
Bull.
Neymar was third with 86 million.
See, I told you it's bull. If you look it up, anyway. But that's besides the point. We all know that Barcelona.
We're not running a This is not Barcelona podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Shady deals. so it doesn't really matter. It's a figure. We know that those three are up there and are the best in the world currently. Okay, so moving on out of Portugal, is there anything you guys want to add up to the national team or anything like that?
Not right now, but I do want to add something at the end of this
Okay.
podcast after we're done talking about everything.
I just want to thank all the 23 players. Let's see if I don't forget any of them. Rui Patrício, Eduardo, Anthony Lopes, Cédric, Vieirinha, José Fonte, Pepe, Bruno Alves, Ricardo Carvalho, Eliseu, Rafael Guerreiro, William Carvalho, Danilo, Adriano Silva, João Mário, Renato Sanches, Nani, Ronaldo, Rafa, Eder, obviously, the hero. And I'm not sure if I'm missing anyone, but yeah, I want to congratulate all the 23 players that gave us the title, and Fernando Santos obviously as well. Thank you guys for doing something that not even our golden generation could have done with the Figo, Rui Costa, Deco, among other great players.
I'd like to say something. I'd like
Sorry.
to say thank the 23 players for watching the podcast, and
um, okay, so moving on to club football, we'll start with Porto because there's basically nothing on Porto. They play on Sunday the 16th against Osnabrück, third division German side. Kevin, there's not really much to talk about this game, right? What do you
No, not
expect?
really. I expect to win, obviously. Who knows what the score line is going to be, but I'm sure that Porto's going to win. They're going to experiment with all the youngsters, and then they'll start making some cuts naturally. But not really much to add there.
Are you more excited to see how you might start playing?
Against Osnabrück, not really. I think the next opponent after them, I believe, is PSV Eindhoven. That I'll be a little more excited to see, because then you're starting to get down to business.
So I was talking about maybe seeing a formation change, not exactly the way that you play, but a formation change. Are you like excited to see what Nuno Spitz might have in store for you guys with the next season?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, I believe it was the last podcast or the one before. The whole team needs to be revamped. We need to start fresh, change the style, pick up the tempo. It's just too slowed down, and it's been like that for the last couple of years, with the exception of the squad that we had with Hulk and Falcao, James, Moutinho. Um, Besides that squad, with the Village Boas, and it seemed like Pereira picked up where Village Boas left off. But after that, it's been like the same old stuff. And I just don't like it. Like starting with Fonseca to Lopetegui, it's just been very poor. And even with Pizarro, they've just been way too slow, and they just keep copying themselves like every season for the past 3 seasons.
Yeah, I can't put much of a blame on Pizarro though, because changing out a play style in the middle of the season is a little bit difficult.
And he came in
Um,
halfway. I understand that, but I mean, it wasn't really much. It actually seemed a little bit worse because considering where we were at the table, we were like right there, and then we just lost it.
completely disappeared. Yeah. So there's nothing on Porto really, but I saw that Herrera said that he's not worried about Napoli or Napoli's interest. Personally, to you, Kevin, would you keep or sell him?
I would sell him and sell him now. I mean, he's been like okay for us. Like when it's big games, he'll show up. Like against Benfica, he scored that goal. But other than that, I mean, to me, he's just like mediocre. He's not the same Herrera that plays for Mexico that he is with Porto. Obviously, it's a different style of play, which I don't know if it's his fault. That's just a style that we play. Like I said, slowed down. With Mexico, it's a little more up tempo. You know what I mean? So, for me personally, I would sell him though. I really would.
Okay. Um, so moving on, we have a player supposedly uh, being on Porto's and Sporting radar. Gaston del Castillo, which is Aguero's brother. He's a center forward. I know you guys don't know enough about him, but I just want to ask you if you would take another center forward into your team, especially him being Aguero's brother. I'll start with you, Kevin.
Um, you can't always go by like reputation of siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, Aiden Hazard, and his brother. His brother's good, but not like anything like Aiden Hazard is. And then you
His brother
got
scored more goals. Just gonna say
who?
that.
Oh,
Hazard's
Dorgan,
brother scored more
Dorgan
goals.
Hazard.
Two
Yeah,
different
but
leagues though.
yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that, like completely
It's
different.
the Bundesliga is better in my opinion though. So
Yeah, I beg to
that's a
differ on
topic for
that.
another day though.
It
Topic for another day.
is Kevin's opinion, so let him
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah,
Let
no, I
him
always feel
finish.
like I feel like everybody's always cutting you off, so sorry
No,
Yeah.
that's all right. I don't care. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here for dialogue, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't really know much about Aguero's brother, so I can't really add much to that. But you can't really go by reputation of siblings. But I believe it was Alex that said he's a star. He's really good. So I'll take his word for it, even though I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, he is a Sporting fan, so you know.
So you can't really count on his opinions. The main point that I was asking you was if you would think that a center forward would be a position that you would like to see strengthened, especially with decent young talent, because he's only
Yeah, I
19.
wouldn't mind it. Yeah, to answer it in short, yes, I wouldn't mind it.
Okay. Alex.
So I don't know much about him in real life, but I play a game called Football Manager. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Listen, the
I
game.
knew it's too good to be true.
Listen, okay. The game. It says known for finding many young talents, and for me, I signed him up. He was a star, honestly. He's the
Andre
best guy on my
Villas-Boas
team.
uses it.
Yeah, he uses
With
it.
Bennett. Well,
Yep.
yeah, he used to.
It's honestly a good tool. So Fernando Sanch, I know we talked about him watching the podcast before. If you're watching it, use FM, buddy.
What Kyle was saying is that André Villas-Boas used to train his tactics on FM. A lot of people do that. Apparently, it's a very good method, and so it is a little bit. It's a video game, so it's obviously unrealistic to a point, but it comes very close to reality. So
I mean, he wouldn't really strengthen the team. He's 18 years old or 19 years old or something, right? But I would take another young talent for the future. Why not?
exactly that
And
was
we'll
the
take him from Porto as well. It's bittersweet.
That's not gonna happen.
that would be a first after Danilo and Sara, Marega and Mitroglou. That would be a first.
That's not gonna happen. No
We
way.
don't need any of those guys that you just named.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to Sporting. Alex, Taylor's gonna play in the Olympics, but do you even think he's gonna stay?
I don't think he's gonna stay. He doesn't want to. I already said he doesn't want to. Well, he didn't say he wants to leave Sporting. He just said if he had a chance,
If he could
yeah,
have.
if he had a chance, he'd go right now or something like that.
Mhm.
See, I think he's a good player. He's a good poacher. He's always in the right spot. But I mean, he could go if he wants. I don't care. What was that?
Well, you wouldn't have won against Benfica if it wasn't for him.
We wouldn't have won against Benfica if it wasn't for Carrillo. Let's be honest.
I'm not
He was
talking
the-
about that game. I'm talking about the whatever.
Are we not talking about the Super Tassa game?
No, I was talking about the 3-0 at Toulouse.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought we were talking about the Super Tassa where we beat you guys for
The
it.
Supertaça was Carrillo's.
Well, we could talk about Brian Ruiz.
Yeah, we can talk about Brian Ruiz. He's fantastic. We can
Yeah,
talk
of
about
course.
Mrs. Open.
Single-handedly ruined the season for you guys. Single-handedly. Bravo.
games in 2 games. Amazing, right?
this.
Bravo. Encore.
Applause.
Encore.
I
Want to see it again? Encore. Por favor. Encore.
Yeah. I mean, we finished with you guys. I don't know what you're clapping for.
I'm sorry.
I can't wait till you guys don't qualify for Champions League. Have fun in the Europa League.
That's what you think. You ain't gonna go nowhere. You won't even make it past the group stage.
Exactly. The Europa League and join Porto, so no big deal.
Yeah.
So Sporting's gonna play Monaco on Wednesday. And Alex, I think that you're gonna try and make an effort to watch this game. So what would you be expecting for Sporting's first game? I want to point out that Rui Patricio obviously did not get called up, so you might get a chance to see a backup goalkeeper in play.
Did Pedro Silva get called up?
I believe it was Azbek Yug and other two players. I don't think he was called up. Just give me a moment now and I'll check. Just give
I
all
know
your
there's
opinion.
there's still Stojakovic or something like that, and Jug, and then somebody else. But I mean, I don't really care that much for preseason. I don't think it means much. I just want to see some youngsters play, and see what they can do. I just like seeing some of the new signings as well, like Alan Ruiz, who I know Kevin's a big fan of.
Um,
Um,
Alex, I can tell right now that every single player that Jorge Jesus is taking. Do you want me to tell you the names of the players?
I've seen most of them, but yeah, go ahead.
Stojkovic, Azbek and Luis Maximiano are the goalkeepers. João Pereira, Coates, Rubens Semedo, Paulo Oliveira, Naldo, Marvin Ziegler, Schelotto, Jefferson, Ricardo Gaia, and Everton are the defenders. Right there, you see that you have to clearly shorten down on the center back position because you have Coates, Semedo, Oliveira, Naldo, Everton. So those are five center backs.
I think
Probably one of them.
Everton's gonna get sold. I don't think he's good. He's the worst out of the lot in my opinion.
Yeah,
So he'll.
that'll be a good shout. Midfielders have Aquilani, Pelinha, Mateus Pereira, Bruno César, Carlos Mané, Alan Ruiz, who everybody's
Yes.
super excited to see, Petrovic, and Ryan Gold. And for strikers, you have, or forwards, Brian Ruiz, Barcos, Slimani, Teo, Yuri, Gelson, Podians, and Spalvis.
I'm excited to see Hortense and I'm excited to see Yuri play. I hope they both get spots and Gold as well. I hope he makes a spot.
I was gonna ask you about Gold. Do you think that he's finally gonna make the jump? Because obviously we know that he came with a reputation to Sporting, but
Yeah,
he always stayed in the B team. Do you think that he's finally making the jump?
I hope. I mean,
Or,
knowing
not,
George,
or
knowing George, I don't know. But when he first burst out on the scene at Dundee, he was dubbed as the Scottish Messi, which is that's a
yeah,
bit too much, right? But I mean, he definitely had talent when he was there, and I was like excited when we signed him. But he
hmm
hasn't really been given a fair shot. I hope he does this season though, because he's got some talent, and I want to see what he brings to the table.
How long has he been at Sporting now?
the three
I think,
seasons. This is the
yeah, this
third
is
season.
his one.
Well,
He was kind of small when he joined. He's still small, but
That's what I was going to ask you. You saw Sporting just last week release Andre Silva, right? Andre Silva.
yeah, I don't think he's
Uh,
very good. I know you like him. I wasn't here for the
Andre
part to
Martin.
talk about that. I don't like him.
I was just gonna make the comparison because Andre Silva and Ryan Gold are very similar when it comes to physique and the way that
wait,
they play.
Andres Silva.
Andre Martins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he meant. That's what he meant. Sorry.
I asked you guys. I wasn't sure about his name. Thank you for
Andre
correcting me.
Martins, yeah, he's not very good. He's not even that good. You like him, but you don't even know his name.
Yeah, but I'm trying to compare the
I'm
way
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
physique both players because they're both very short and they're
He's not very
both.
fast though. Andre Martins isn't very fast. Ryan Gauld, he's pretty quick on his feet. So
But you see Jorge Jesus for the past 6 years. He's had Ramirez, he had Matic, Enzo Perez. Um, well, let's go Aquilani, among other players that are Adrian Silva. He likes those fast, tall, and strong players. Do you think that he's gonna break into the team with Jorge Jesus?
I think he could break into the team as a winger. He's been playing in the midfield for our B team, but at Dundee I know he played as a winger, so he could break in there. But I don't see him playing in the center of midfield. I think he's too small.
Okay. Um, Also, Bruno Paulista and Federico Ruiz, which is Alan Ruiz's brother, were sort of let off the list.
Federico wasn't gonna play. He was signed just so he could get Allen,
Uh-huh.
but he
What do you think
retweeted
about
tweets, so that's
Paulista?
cool.
'Cause Paulista started last season a couple of games, but do you think that he's going to stay at Sporting?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I hope he's a decent player. I mean, if we sell William, he could be the replacement. We wouldn't have to buy one. But I mean, I hope he does. I hope George gives him a chance. I like him personally, but we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see. And the last sporting related theme was that Jorge praised Fernando Santos for the victory. I also pointed out that he was win for every single Portuguese club as well, and not just the national team. So that is also very interesting, but not really anything too important to point out. Um, so moving on to Benfica now, unless you want to add anything else, Alex.
No, I'm just excited to get the season underway and win our 19th title.
All right, I almost moved on to Benfica without asking you this last thing that I had over here. Lucas Silva, as you know, denied having heart issues, but he failed his medical with Sporting. What do you say about this? What do you think?
I'm disappointed because he's a good player. Like I was excited. You could ask Carl. I was excited when he was linked with us. Um, but I mean, it's sad to see. Ronaldo's had heart issues too, so I mean, you never know. But I mean, it's definitely sad to see. He's a good player. He would have been a good addition. But I mean, I guess we're not getting him. We'll give a young guy a chance.
He doesn't have any heart issues, please.
Yeah, and guys can let off the fair jokes as well. That was very unfunny for Sportingistas to talk about fair, which was
Are you
a very
serious?
sad. Yeah, they said, like a guy said, so Sporting didn't get to Lucas Silva because he had heart issues. Seems like Boateng to me. And another guy said, we don't like seeing our players die on the pitch.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Where was
definitely not
this?
should have not said that. That's those guys aren't Sportingistas. But I
That
mean,
was
that's
rude.
so stupid to say.
Yeah, that is very mean, especially because he hit everyone, not just Benfiquistas, but every single person that enjoys football. I
Of
thought that was
course.
sad.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
those guys aren't Sportingistas.
Yeah, that was mean. But anyway, moving on to Benfica now. As we all know, all the big three are playing this week. Sporting go first on Wednesday versus Monaco, then Benfica versus Vitória de Setúbal on Thursday, and then Porto on Sunday against Osnabrück. Kyle, we're playing Setúbal on Thursday. Are you excited to finally see Benfica back in action?
Of course I am. We're finally back. It's been a long wait, and well, we were occupied by the Euros, but finally we're back, and hopefully this will be a good season for us, and hopefully we'll be winning the Tetra.
All right, what do you think our formation is going to be for this game against Setúbal? Because I have a slight feeling that we might play a 4-3-3.
Um, that's a good shout, but I still think we're gonna be playing a 4-4-2, uh, just like we did most of last season. And that's pretty much all. 4-4-2.
Jonas is not yet with the team. That's why I'm also saying that, because it might be a new way of experiencing new tactics. Maybe play with Mitro, because we seen last season he played with Mitroglou and Gaitan, for example, versus Sporting and the Taça game. Played the 4-3-3 with Gaitan behind Mitroglou. So we might see something like that against. I'm so excited for that
Me
game,
too.
even though it is preseason, we can already have a feeling of what it's gonna be. Samaras and Sally's joined up with the squad today. Nothing big, but we might be getting a look at Salish on Thursday. Are you excited to see him play?
Hopefully he gets some minutes in or starts the game. Definitely want to see what he can offer for the team.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. On Saturday news, Tarap did not go to 1860 Munich. Failed his
No.
medical apparently.
Release him.
I'll take him.
He's
Send
gonna.
him to Sporting.
You'll take him.
You'll take him finally. Yeah, there we go. Give us
I
5 million.
actually will take him.
Or
I think he's a good
just,
player.
just some money
You
for
guys just,
Tremosa and we say yes.
you guys
Just
just have, you guys haven't given him a chance. Like, come on.
oh, okay. Oh my god. Props to you, Kevin, though, because you pointed that out. that Sporting should take him.
Yeah, they should. Hey, maybe him and Bruno Di Carvalho can go out clubbing together.
Maybe, and then show up with pictures like the ones at the Madeira. That was quite funny.
I'm sure Bruno can party hard. I'm sure he can.
All Sporting
too.
needs this game.
Oh.
Obviously, in the end, we're the ones who celebrate. But yeah, Tarab failed his medical and it's not going anywhere, and this is just an unsolved issue, and Benfica gotta get back into it ASAP. On Saturday news, Kyle Ederson just had surgery to his right knee. He's supposedly gonna be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
That's
It sucks even more because Julio Cesar just resumed practicing last week. We don't have a goalkeeper
yeah. Didn't we
yet.
call up Miguel Santos or something?
We called up some youngsters for the B, but they're not they're not going to be
Yeah, they're not
options
doing
this
anything.
year.
Yeah.
So at this point, you have Paulo and Julio Cesar, which is he's still regaining his fitness. But do you finally buy a goalkeeper or do you bring someone up from the B team? Because I'm not a big fan of Miguel, and honestly, I think we should look up on the market and try and get someone, just like Porto did with the oh my god, I forget his name again.
Casillas?
No, the kid from Maritimo. Oh my god.
Oh,
Jesse,
Oh, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph.
congratulations to you, Kevin. I want to point that out. Porto always had a decent strategy when it came to goalkeepers. You guys always have very decent goalkeepers.
Well, thank you.
Do we go, Kyle? Do we go with another season with Paulo Lopes, or do we go the Porto way and try and sign someone like Jessa?
I think we go into the market and sign a younger goalie, just like Ederson, but because I don't want to be seeing Paulo Lopes in the net because I
He's
do not
awful.
trust him in the net. Yeah, he's awful. But I hope we actually go into the market and sign a player for the future, and maybe he can even perform now. So you never know.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't want to see him in the net. I'm not confident enough in him, just because of the way that he hasn't played in years, and he's not going to be consistent. He's not going to be good. So he's 38 as well. So I would like to see him leave because he's done everything that he could have for the club, and it is time to move on. I don't know if you guys want to add anything. Is there anything you guys want to add before I get into my last topic here, which is
No.
one question? No? Okay. We received a question this time from Matt Da Silva, even though I heard that he was forced to send us a question by
I wonder by who.
Always this Portuguese guy is always trying to boss around people. That's the thing. But yeah, Matt asked, who do you think will be leaving your club this transfer window? And I'll start by Alex, because why not?
Yeah, so I think Slimani's gonna go. I think that João Mario is gonna go. He's linked with China actually, and I'm actually gonna hate that because I hate seeing good players go to China. It's so stupid. But they're gonna give us lots of money, so that's good, I guess. And then Slimani, João Mario, and that's really it. Maybe Patricio if a big club wants him because he could play anywhere, like I said. Uh, and that's it. The rest we should keep, and then when we win the title, then we'll talk again.
Kevin, you'll probably have to make a huge list, but who do you think is gonna be leaving Porto?
Oh, jeez. All right, give me a minute to think about this. Marcano.
Want Kyle to go first? Because Kyle can go first if you want, just to give you.
No, I'll think of it off the top of my head. Marcano, Jose Angel, Herrera. I think Brahimi should go. Let me see who else. I think that might
Everybody.
be it. I wouldn't mind if Abubakar got sold too, by the way.
What do you think he is? Do you think he might leave, or do you think he's bound to stay?
He should just go, honestly, go to the MLS and get paid, top dollar, honestly.
Go to China.
I mean, yeah, You know what I
or
mean?
China.
Yeah, China. I don't think you should go to China. I think you should go to like the MLS. The players that like decide to go, they decide to go mostly is to the MLS at
So
the end of their
sloppy
career.
there.
I know, but that's where they make their money. But yeah, I think that we should now that we got Helton out of there, and Casillas is at the tail end. Maybe we'll see Helton in Sporting. I don't know. I still can't believe that.
I saw a rumor on the newspaper a couple days ago saying that the only issue is his wages right now. So who knows?
Yeah, imagine that. I would love to see that honestly, because he won't see the time of day. He'll stay on the bench.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be Patriciu's replacement if he goes to a big club. Who knows? But
Well,
yeah, I think that
imagine
we should.
that.
I know. Imagine that would be crazy. But like, yeah, I don't think he has any more left to
Ridiculous.
give. Like I've said, but I think that Porto should start going with the younger goalkeepers. Give a chance to Godinho and Sa. But
Could he get loaned out again? Or if he hasn't already.
who Godinho?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he might. I heard he was gonna get loaned out again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
But
he
I
was
think-
the goalie for the B team, and we won the second division, so I wouldn't mind that. And I think he deserves a chance up there. But I don't think there's anybody else on
By
the
the way,
team.
it's
Yeah.
finally official that Francisco Ramos got loaned out to Chaves. Finally, today.
Okay, I know
They're making a
Aroca
good
was
team.
interested.
Let me tell you, they
Yeah, they're signing some pretty decent
Yeah,
players.
very decent team. It's gonna be so interesting to see how they do as well.
yeah,
I
they
hope
got
they
the
do
guy from
well.
Wolfsburg, great. Philippe.
Yeah, I really hope they do well. It's my last name.
So Kyle, what do you think is leaving Benfica this season?
I don't think too many players are gonna leave after this. All I really think is gonna leave is Salvu and Carcella. It's kind of sad because Carcella was signed last season and he couldn't really play too much because of Gaetan and Pizzi playing on the wings, but he did get his moment, and when he did play, he was actually pretty good. But we're this transfer window, we've signed so many wingers, and I think Carcella just is gonna get sold. And Salvu, I think we should cash in. Yeah, I think we should cash in right now on Salvu because again we have so many wingers, and Salvu he's really injury prone, so to be honest, he probably would get injured again this season if he were to play. So I think we should just cash in right now on Salvu and get some money.
Can I quickly add one more or two more to my list?
The questions or players? Players?
The players.
Yeah.
So I think I said earlier, but I said Awerton. I think he's gonna get sold. And then I don't think he's gonna get sold, but I hope João Pereira. I think he's absolutely awful, and he's the reason we weren't in the Champions League last season. But that's
I don't
gonna-
think. Sorry, I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah, but he's the reason that
Yeah, I
they
don't
beat
think
Tundela.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's the reason you guys beat Tondela. That's right.
Oh, tied it. Whatever
Yeah.
happened, I forgot what happened.
They
But
won.
they didn't lose. Yeah, so he's the reason why they won. They got the 3 points.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's good though.
Yeah. I want to point out to Mr. Cristiano Oliveira, 10CO10 from the Benfica podcast, that Carcela is a good player. He's not trash like he keeps saying. Carcela is a good player. But he
Yeah.
on my short list of players that are about to leave. I didn't put him at first because there was only one player that popped in my head. It's Salvio. That was the
Marcelo's
first
good. I like him.
that was
I've said it before.
Yeah, I really
Marcelo.
like him too. But
I think he's a
just
pretty good
he's-
player. These guys just don't give him enough of a chance, honestly.
Exactly, but I still think he's gonna leave.
He's better than Krilla, I can tell you that.
It's better than Carrillo right now. Even
Yeah, now.
like picking whatever some random kid from Porto, he would be better than Carrillo for Alex. at this point. So, but yeah, Salvio and Carcel were the first players. Salvio was the only player that popped in my head, and then Kyle, you mentioned Carcel, and that's a good idea, and maybe Lisandro, but that's about
yeah,
it. I
Do you think Oscar Benitez? Do you think he's actually gonna be loaned to Boca Juniors, or do you think he'll stay?
At this point, I think he even might be staying. I don't
I
know
know,
because
That's the
he
same
missed-
thing I'm
he
feeling.
missed his deadline with the Copa Libertadores. because I think the Copa Libertadores list of players was due last week, and he's not on it. So maybe Benfica might just either keep him or loan him out to a
A different
European
club.
side. Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? So very poor business by Boca Juniors though, because they acquired 50% of a player that they might not even end up getting to its full extent.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, besides that, for example, when we have Nelson Semedo and Andre Almeida, don't think either of them is going to get sold. Eliseu and Marçal, maybe one of them leaving.
Maybe Marcel, but I don't see it happening.
But then you have Grimaldo. Then maybe on the defensive side of midfield, we spoke about this, the random players that Benfica sign or and any other club sign, but they never play for the club, so there's not even point of mentioning them out. And maybe Jonas, but I don't think he's going to be leaving to China because he said several times that he does not want to go there. So I want to finish this podcast on one point as well, and I posted this earlier. Thanks to Information Glorious. Renato Sanches this season, 2015-2016 season, started off on the junior side, moved up to the B team, played the youth league, joined the A squad, played in the Champions League, was a Portuguese champion, won the Taça da Liga, and is now European champion. There's no words to describe this, right, guys?
It's amazing.
That's crazy.
It's
incredible.
so crazy. It's incredible. Let me tell you.
And I had Benny, a friend of mine, tweet me in the podcast saying most people would be happy with that as a career record. To think that he's only a teenager is crazy. That is everybody's opinion, right? You think that a player having 35, being 35 years old and being Portuguese champion, Taça da Liga champion, European champion, he would take that. He's only 18 though. Imagine what he has in store for him.
Yeah,
This is a bright future.
of course, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's just tremendous, and I hope that unlike my grandpa, he always has these interesting theories saying that Sanchez is never going to be a big player because he's black. Yeah, because he's going to get. And he say it's not because of me; it's because people think that of racism, and he'll never be a big player because of that. But there you go. That was his his idea as always. He's one crazy man. But yeah, I wanted to point out Renato Sanches' amazing season, and also don't forget the first Portuguese player ever to play in Bayern Munich. So that's also going to be interesting. But that was all that I wanted to say, guys. And I know Kevin, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I want to try not to get emotional about this, so this might take me a little bit. No, honestly, hold on. All right,
Okay. Hold on, just to cut you off. I just want to point out that I'm very sad for what happened because we're also talking about sad things. I'm very sad for what happened today at the Portuguese base where C-130
oh yeah, in Montijo, yep.
didn't fly and ended up falling down, and three men died. But it could have been
Sad.
worse. Only 3 people died. But yeah, we're out with the military, with the Portuguese military, and hopefully, this doesn't happen again. But go on now, Kevin. Sorry.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers out to them. And before I get started, I just want to congratulate every team that qualified for the Euro. It was a good tournament. Every team should be proud of themselves, including the underdogs like Iceland and Wales. They had a good tournament. Every team should be proud of themselves. Now, I'm going to get into Portugal, and I want to thank all of them, all the players, the coaching staff, everybody who's involved for bringing us such joy. 2004 was tough. That hurt really bad, and that was in the back of my mind yesterday. And it's just incredible how united all the Portuguese all over the world are. It's amazing to see. I wish that my grandfather was here to see it. A couple of old timers that I know, they would have been very happy to see this and share this special moment with everybody because they didn't get to see it. And it's just amazing to see everybody come together. That goal that Edith scored, I know that it means a lot to everybody, but it really does mean a lot to all of us Portuguese out there. And just the feeling when the ball hit the back of the net, and I was in tears. I was extremely emotional. Um, like I said, I just want to thank the whole team. I want to thank you guys for even putting this podcast together. And we have a platform that we can all discuss and talk about our teams, and most importantly the national team. You guys have been great. I'm glad to be a part of this, and I want to shout out to every Portuguese person around the world. We're all united, um, heart to heart, and a great nation, great people, hardworking people, and it's just great. Yeah, I just love to be. I'm so proud to be Portuguese. I've never been more proud to be Portuguese than I have been yesterday and today. I've always been proud, but especially after winning the Euro, that was just incredible. And all the old timers up there watching down that didn't get to see this, grandparents of kids my age, kids your age who never got to see this. It's great, and that's all I got to say. And I'm just proud to be Portuguese, and I love all the Portuguese people around the world. It's just amazing that we all share this feeling together.
Kevin, me, Kyle, and Alex are obviously very, very happy that you are a part of this team, because this podcast wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for you. So we're also very happy to have you here with us. And this victory is also for every single immigrant, because I have no idea what it is to be away from your country for so long, and to finally see them succeed. It, it just makes you feel even more proud, like you said, to be Portuguese, because sometimes you hear, "Oh my God, where is even Portugal?" Because I've heard that several times, and that probably hurts you guys as well, hearing that. Where are you from? I'm from Portugal, and people be like, "Where is Portugal?" Right? And it's just big to know that we finally gotten somewhere and won something, and we can probably say that we're someone, and at this point, and for the next 4 years, we're the biggest and best country in Europe, and that's a very big thing.
Yes, and this is a big one for Eusebio too. I know he would have been, oh my God, so overjoyed to see this. But they're looking down, they're enjoying it up there, and I'm just so glad to be Portuguese and all the criticism and everything, and we overcame all the odds, and it's just fantastic. The feeling, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I wanted to say that for those that are religious, I hope that you guys believe that they are down there watching us, because for me personally, I have other beliefs, but if you guys are, just remember that there are people that would love to see this moment and cherish it, especially someone like Eusebio and all the
Yeah,
other
we're
people
very,
that.
very lucky.
Yes. I mean, my mom was like, today at dinner was like, "Oh, I'm so sick of watching this because everything was all Portugal, 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 Portugal." And my dad just looked up to her and said, "This is something once in a lifetime. We don't know if it's ever going to happen during our lives. So cherish this moment, appreciate it, and scream out loud that we're the champions of Europe."
Well said.
uh, it was what's funny is that Kyrie wanted to say this at the end, but this just gave me another another question. I don't know if you guys are up for it. It's a simple one. It's a very short one. If you guys are willing to answer.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. So my question is, because Kevin, you started your speech with congratulating every single club that qualified for the Euros. Do you guys think that the 24 team format is the best one to go with? Uh,
um, they gotta
yeah.
tweak it, I think, a little bit. Um, like it's kind of hard. I mean, how are you gonna tweak it? What are you going to tweak it to accommodate the more powerful countries? I mean, the format is the way it is, and that's the way it is, whether or not you like it. It's to give a chance to the smaller nations too. They should get a bite at the cherry too. They deserve to be on the platform as every other country, Portugal included, England, France, Germany. They all deserve to try to like make their country proud too, and that's just the way I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. Kyle.
Yeah, I think that it's perfectly fine the way it is, the 24, and it helped us win the Euro. Without it, we would not have been saying what we were saying right now in this podcast. But I like the 24 team format and the way third place teams go through.
Uh-huh. Alex, you're the last one.
Yeah, I like the format because we wouldn't have won the Euros without it. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I also like the thought format, and I'm ending this. But this time, I pointed it out earlier. I congratulated it earlier, but I'm not sure if I missed someone. So now I have a list right in front of me, so I don't miss out anyone. So everybody from the podcast, we want to congratulate Anthony Lopes, Eduardo, Rui Patrício, Cédric, Miriam, Bruno Alves, José Fonte, Pepe, Ricardo Carvalho, Eliseu, Rafael Guerreiro, André Gomes, Adriano Silva, Danilo, João Mário, João Moutinho, William Carvalho, Renato Sanches, Cristiano Ronaldo, Eder, Nani, Quaresma, and Rafa. Every single one of these players, you were involved in this, and also obviously Fernando Santos. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for this moment and something that we might never experience again.
Heroes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's it.
Yep. So it was a good episode today, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope that everybody cherishes the moment and just enjoys themselves because we're campeões, caraças! Woo!
Woo! It's the last time we're ever gonna be this emotional. Because next week, be ready because we're gonna fight each other so hard.
Yep.
So it's nice that we're united, but next week things will be different, and I can't wait to get that podcast started.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and that's all for this week.
All right, see you guys.
Have a good one, guys.
Campeões!
Campeões, nós somos campeões.
Campeões.